Well, for more on the current and future state of self-driving technology, I spoke with Evangelos Simoudis, co-founder and managing director at Synapse Partners and author of The Big Data Opportunity in Our Driverless Future. I began by asking about what the major advancements are in the sector.
So we've come a long way since the early 2000s when the U.S. government started their autonomous vehicle program as part of their Grand Challenge initiative. And since 2009, when Google started its autonomous driving project. Today, we're seeing autonomous vehicles being able to drive in a variety of increasingly complex environments, vehicles of various form factors. And I believe that over the next 2 to 3 years, based on the announcements at least that have been made, we will be able to have a broadening application of these vehicles for the transportation of consumers and goods.
Now, we're certainly seeing a lot of different players in this space, from big companies to small ones. So who would you say, which companies are the front runners and which countries are really taking the lead in this space?
In terms of countries, the United States, China, and Germany appear to be in the lead, even though we're seeing efforts from around the world. And in terms of companies, we're seeing both incumbent automakers and large technology companies, as well as startups aggressively working in this area. So in the United States, obviously, Waymo and GM appear to be in the lead. And in terms of startups, we have companies like Aurora and Drive.ai. In China, Baidu, as a technology company, has made great strides in this area, and now they're starting to work with Dongfeng and Chery and SAIC. In terms of Chinese startups, I will say Pony.ai, Too Simple, and Yingxi are doing very good work. And in Germany, Daimler and BMW are having very advanced programs in autonomous driving.
So which industries are making the most use of self-driving technology, and which ones do you think have the most potential?
Today, we are seeing specialized vehicles in mining and in various ports around the world. We're also seeing very restricted use of these vehicles in transportation of consumers, particularly around samples and downtown areas in certain cities. Agriculture is going to start using autonomous vehicles increasingly, and then eventually we'll see much broadening use by consumers for applications such as ride-hailing.
Now, you also have to look at the mindset of consumers. We know that there have been several incidents, some of them involving fatalities with semi-autonomous and autonomous vehicles. So what are the biggest issues? There's big data privacy, there's safety, and what are companies doing to alleviate these concerns?
So far, we've been focusing a lot of technology for making the autonomous vehicles a reality, but there is much broader areas that we need to start investing. And so for countries that want to deploy such vehicles, they need to invest in their transportation infrastructures, their electrification infrastructures, and communication infrastructures. Cybersecurity, as you mentioned, is a big deal. We cannot have these vehicles being hampered by cybersecurity problems. They always have to work if they are to get the trust of consumers. We cannot have, in other words, these vehicles be plagued by the same kind of cybersecurity problems that we encounter in our computer systems. Also, because of they deal with a lot of data, both personal data and other types of data from their environment, privacy issues and technologies will need to come to bear and be applied before consumers in particular start getting comfortable with this type of technology.